Chosen one. People are mad and jealous, and it's all about you now. You're stepping into an impact that changes everything, including how they see themselves. Stay steady, let it land. You are exactly where destiny meets delivery, and the shockwaves have already begun. Right on time, always. People around you are revealing themselves right now, and if you're paying attention, you're seeing things that break your heart. That friend who always had an excuse when you needed help, but expects you to drop everything for their emergencies. That family member who downplays your wins but amplifies your mistakes. That colleague who smiles in your face but talks behind your back. These aren't new behaviors. The pattern has been consistent the whole time. You just couldn't see it clearly because you were too busy giving them the benefit of the doubt. Your discernment is sharpening now. Your ability to read energy is becoming surgical in its precision. You can hear someone speak and know within seconds whether their words match their intentions, and this upgraded perception is showing you things about your circle that you can't unsee. Some of these people never wanted you to win. They wanted you to stay stuck so they could feel superior, but you outgrew that dynamic, and now they're panicking because they realize they're becoming irrelevant in your story. The villain in your story isn't some external force. The villains are the people who smiled in your face while hoping you'd fail, the ones who acted supportive but never actually showed up when it mattered. These people have been energy vampires feeding off your light while contributing nothing but darkness, and the universe is about to remove them from your path, not because you're cutting them off dramatically, but because your frequency is rising to a level where their lower vibrations simply cannot maintain connection. You're not losing anyone real, you're losing dead weight that was preventing you from flying. Jealousy is a spiritual sickness that causes people to resent you for having what they're too afraid to pursue themselves. When someone is jealous of you, they don't want to learn from you. They want to see you fall so they can feel better about their own stagnation. They don't celebrate your wins. They minimize them. They don't support your dreams. They question them. They don't really wish for you to succeed. They secretly wish for you to fail in a way that validates their decision to give up. And right now, the jealous ones in your life are losing their minds because you're proving that everything they once called impossible is actually inevitable for someone who refuses to quit. You suspected this months ago, that uncomfortable feeling in your gut that something was off about certain people, that intuition warning you that their energy didn't match their words, that voice inside telling you to be careful who you trust with your dreams and your truth. You were right. You've always been right. Your discernment has been spot on this entire time, but you second-guessed yourself because they made you feel crazy for not trusting blindly. They gaslit you into doubting your own perception. They manipulated you into believing that you were the problem for setting boundaries. They made you feel guilty for protecting your energy. But chosen one, your intuition wasn't malfunctioning. It was protecting you from people who didn't deserve access to your light. Every single person who made you feel bad for saying no is about to show their true colors. Every person who acted like you owed them something just for existing in their presence is about to reveal their entitlement. Every person who made you feel small so they could feel big is about to face the reality that you were never the one who needed anyone. The revelation is going to sting them. They're going to try to renegotiate the terms of your relationship. They're going to try to backtrack on the disrespect. They're going to suddenly remember all the times they supposedly supported you. But you're going to remember the times when their support was absent, the times when everyone was conveniently too busy, the times when asking for basic reciprocity felt like asking for too much. Your destiny was never dependent on their approval. It was never contingent on their support. It was never waiting for their permission. Your destiny was always locked in from the moment you were born. But you had to go through this season of being underestimated and overlooked and dismissed to build the kind of unshakable strength that success requires. You had to experience betrayal to develop discernment. You had to feel the sting of fake love to recognize real loyalty. You had to walk through fire to become fireproof. And now you're standing on the other side of that transformation, looking at the people who thought you were broken. Except you're not broken, you're refined, you're not damaged, you're dangerous. Dangerous to every lie they told about you. Dangerous to every limitation they placed on you. Dangerous to every small box they designed to contain you. The universe doesn't make mistakes with chosen ones. It allows people to betray you and calls it protection. It lets you lose everything so you can gain everything that actually matters. It breaks your heart in relationships that were never meant to last, so you have room for connections that will last forever. And right now, in this exact moment, you're at the convergence point where everything you lost is about to be returned multiplied. Everything you sacrificed is about to pay dividends. Everything you invested in yourself when no one else would is about to generate returns that will shock everyone who's been watching and waiting for you to fail. This isn't wishful thinking. This isn't manifestation fantasy. This is the natural consequence of someone who refused to quit, finally reaching the breakthrough they built brick by brick. The jealous ones are scrambling right now, trying to figure out how to stay relevant in your life. Watching you level up creates panic in them about being left behind, so they're trying different tactics. Some are love-bombing you with sudden attention after months of neglect. Some are playing victim to make you feel guilty for outgrowing them. Some are trying to diminish your success by acting unimpressed when you share good news. Some are trying to insert themselves into your wins by claiming they always knew you had this potential. But all of them are doing the same thing underneath the surface. They're trying to regain control of a narrative that's slipping away from them. They want to be the one who decides when you've made it. They need to be the gatekeeper to your validation. They wish to matter in your story. But their relevance was never real. They were background characters pretending to be main cast. And the final edit is about to cut their scenes completely. Your phone is about to ring with opportunities they once declared impossible. Your inbox is about to fill with recognition they said you'd never receive. Your bank account is about to reflect a reality they claimed was impossible for someone like you. And every single thing that manifests is going to be a direct contradiction to the limitations they programmed into your mind. They told you to be realistic. The universe is about to show you that your wildest dreams were actually too small. They told you to lower your expectations. Life is about to exceed them in ways that make their negativity look absolutely ridiculous in hindsight. They told you that you weren't special. God is about to prove that you've been chosen all along, and there's nothing they can do but watch it happen. If this resonates with your inner knowing, hype this video to help fellow chosen ones find their way here. This is bigger than money. This is bigger than career success. This is bigger than material abundance. This is about you reclaiming power from people who manipulated you into thinking they had it. You gave them authority over your life that they never earned and definitely never deserved. You let them define your worth. You let them determine your value. You let them decide what you were capable of achieving. But that era is over. You're taking back every ounce of power you ever handed to someone who used it against you. You're reclaiming every piece of yourself you gave away, trying to make people love you who were never capable of loving anything except themselves. You're stepping fully into the truth that you've always been enough. You've always been worthy. You've always been destined for greatness, regardless of whether anyone else could see it. The people who are mad at your glow-up are the same ones who benefited from you playing small. They preferred when you needed them. They felt comfortable when you asked for their opinions before making decisions. They felt secure when you looked up to them like they had all the answers. But now you've found your own answers. Now you trust yourself more than you trust their advice. Now you see clearly that most of what they said was just projection of their limitations onto your limitless potential, and that shift in dynamic is threatening everything their fragile egos were built on. They're not angry that you're succeeding. They're angry that you're doing it without needing them. They're not upset that you're winning. They're upset that you don't need their permission or validation anymore. The same people who tried to block you are about to watch you soar. The same people who tried to dim your light are about to need sunglasses when they look at you. The same people who tried to make you small are about to feel microscopic in comparison to where you're headed. And it won't be because you're trying to prove anything to them. It won't be because you're seeking revenge or validation. It will simply be the natural consequence of someone finally aligned with their purpose, meeting opportunities that were always meant for them. You're not competing with anyone. You're not trying to make anyone jealous. You're just being yourself at full volume for the first time in your life, and that authenticity is magnetic in ways that performance and pretending never were. The cosmic debt that accumulated in your favor is about to be paid in full with interest. Every night you cried yourself to sleep wondering if it would ever get better. Every time you showed up and gave everything when you had nothing left to give. Every moment you chose integrity when lying would have been easier and more profitable. Every sacrifice you made that no one noticed or appreciated or acknowledged, all of it was recorded in the spiritual realm. All of it matters. All of it is about to be repaid in ways that will leave you speechless. The universe doesn't forget chosen ones who keep faith when there's no evidence to support it. The divine doesn't overlook people who keep going when every logical reason says to stop. And right now, in this moment, the scales of cosmic justice are balancing in your favor in ways that will make up for every injustice you endured. Your haters are having literal nightmares about your success. I'm not being dramatic or exaggerating. I'm telling you what's actually happening in the spiritual realm right now. They wake up in cold sweats thinking about you winning. They scroll through your social media looking for signs that you're struggling. They wait for you to fail because watching you rise is psychological torture for them. And every time you post something positive, every time you share a win, every time you show up confident and unbothered and at peace, it destroys them a little more inside. Not because you're trying to hurt them, but because your joy is living evidence that they were wrong about you. Your peace is proof that their negativity didn't break you. Your success is confirmation that God never needed their approval or their support to bless you abundantly. Let them be mad, let them be jealous, let them lose sleep over your glow-up. Their feelings about your success are not your responsibility to manage. Their inability to celebrate you is not your problem to fix. You tried to bring people with you. You tried to help people level up. But some people don't want to be saved. Some people are comfortable in their victim mentality. And those people are about to watch from the sidelines as you do everything they once called impossible. The financial breakthrough you've been waiting for isn't coming. It's already here. Right now, in this exact moment, the energetic block that was preventing money from flowing freely to you just shattered. The mental resistance that was keeping abundance at bay just dissolved. The fear-based programming that was causing you to self-sabotage just released its grip. You're about to experience a level of financial freedom that will make you laugh when you think about how stressed you were about money recently. Not because you'll become careless with your finances, but because you'll finally understand at a cellular level that lack was never your reality. It was just a temporary experience teaching you how to handle wealth without losing your soul in the process. The revelation is coming, the information that changes everything, the insight that connects all the dots you've been trying to make sense of, the divine download that shows you exactly what to do next with such clarity that hesitation becomes impossible, and when it arrives you'll recognize it immediately. Not because it will be loud or dramatic or accompanied by fireworks, but because it will feel like remembering something you always knew but temporarily forgot. Your soul will say yes before your mind can create doubt. Your body will relax into it before logic can manufacture fear. You'll know that you know that you know, and that deep knowing will launch you into a season where every decision you make is the right one. Your body is transforming in ways that go beyond physical appearance. The chronic stress you've been carrying is leaving your system. The tension that's been stored in your muscles from years of struggle is releasing. Joy is flooding your cells and rewriting your cellular memory. Peace is becoming your new baseline instead of anxiety. And when your internal state shifts this dramatically, your external reality has no choice but to follow the new pattern. You're going to look in the mirror soon and barely recognize the person staring back at you, not because you'll look worse, but because you'll look free, you'll look powerful, You'll look like someone who knows their worth and won't accept anything less than they deserve. And that energy radiating from you will attract everything good that's been waiting for you to finally be ready to receive it without guilt or self-sabotage. The people who breadcrumbed you are about to see you feast at tables where they'll never receive an invitation. The people who gave you the bare minimum are about to watch you drown in abundance while they're still fighting for scraps. The people who made you beg for basic respect are about to witness you turn down opportunities they would sacrifice everything for, and it's going to break something inside them. They're going to realize they had access to someone extraordinary and treated you like you were ordinary. They're going to see other people value what they took for granted. They're going to watch you give to others what you tried to give to them but they rejected, and the regret is going to eat them alive slowly. But by the time they try to come back with apologies and explanations, you'll be so far beyond that frequency that their words won't even register in your consciousness anymore. This isn't about revenge. This isn't about proving anyone wrong. This isn't about making people feel bad for how they treated you. This is about you finally understanding at a core level that their opinions never mattered in the first place. Their approval was never necessary for your success. Their validation was never required for your worth. You are who you are, regardless of whether they see it or acknowledge it. You are powerful, regardless of whether they recognize it or celebrate it. You are chosen, regardless of whether they believe it or understand it. And the moment you fully internalize that truth is the moment everything shifts. Because you stop performing for people who were never your real audience. You stop explaining yourself to people who were never going to understand your vision. You stop shrinking to make people comfortable who should have been celebrating your expansion from the beginning. The third secret is activating in your consciousness right now as you absorb these words. Your awareness is sharpening to levels you've never experienced before. Your intuition is becoming so accurate that you'll make decisions in seconds that used to take you weeks of deliberation. You'll read people instantly upon meeting them. You'll spot opportunities immediately when they present themselves. You'll sense danger before it fully materializes. You'll know who to trust without needing time to gather evidence. This isn't magic or supernatural power. This is you finally accessing abilities that were always present but got suppressed by people who needed you confused and doubting yourself. They kept you second-guessing your gut because your gut was warning you about them. But now your inner guidance system is fully online and recalibrated to serve your highest good without interference. You're only connecting with people who operate on your frequency now. People who understand you without requiring lengthy explanations. People who support you without needing credit or recognition. People who celebrate you without jealousy or competition. People who show up consistently without being asked or reminded. These are your real tribe, your soul family, your divine connections that were always meant to be part of your journey, and everyone else is being filtered out of your life automatically. You don't have to cut them off with dramatic confrontations. You don't have to make announcements or send breakup texts. The universe is handling the removal of everyone whose season in your life has expired. Some will exit quietly and peacefully. Some will create unnecessary drama on their way out, but all of them will go eventually, and you'll feel lighter with each departure because you're making space for what's actually meant for you. The message that's arriving soon will feel absolutely surreal when you first receive it. An opportunity you didn't apply for, an invitation you didn't seek out, a door opening that you didn't even know existed to knock on. Your rational mind might try to dismiss it as too good to be true or some kind of mistake, but your soul will recognize it instantly as divinely orchestrated synchronicity. This is the universe saying, I see you. I see your faithfulness when no one was watching. I see your sacrifice when no one acknowledged it. I see your pure heart underneath all the wounds, and I'm about to show you that none of it was in vain. Every tear you cried watered seeds that are about to bloom into gardens. Every night you couldn't sleep was because you were being spiritually prepared for what requires a higher level of consciousness. Every person who hurt you was actually training you to recognize real love when it finally shows up in your life. They're watching you become everything they confidently predicted you couldn't be, and it's driving them absolutely insane with jealousy and regret. They needed you to fail to validate their negativity. They invested emotional energy into believing you wouldn't make it. And now you're making it look effortless. Now you're glowing with health and vitality. Now you're thriving in every area of your life. Now you're embodying everything they tried to convince you that you weren't capable of becoming. And their cognitive dissonance is showing up as jealousy and passive aggression and bitter comments disguised as concern for your well-being. But you see through the facade now. You recognize projection when you hear it. You understand that their limitations are not your limitations. You know without doubt that their failures don't predict your future in any way. I must interrupt this transmission for just a moment. Are you really chosen? Prove it. It's easy to watch videos about chosen ones. It's another thing to put yourself to the test. If you're still here, that means something, but talk is cheap. Real chosen ones take action. That's why I built Destiny Engine. It generates personalized sequences that help you rewire betrayal into transcendence, turn isolation into sacred power, and transform their downfall into your rise. We are using the Dark Elite's own weapons against them, taking their declassified consciousness technology that programmed competition and scarcity and repurposing it to serve divine justice. You put on the headphones, press play, and watch your enemies choke on the rope their own lies created. If you're done consuming and ready to prove you're chosen, start your Destiny Engine for $1 today. Join the Obsidian Inner Order live checks and watch divine justice accelerate in your life. Link in the description. Your voice is changing in ways that go beyond the physical. When you speak now, people actually lean in and pay attention. They remember what you said hours or days later. They quote your words in their own conversations. They share your perspectives with others because they found value in them. This isn't because you're trying harder to be heard or using manipulation tactics. This is because you stopped dimming yourself to make others comfortable with their own mediocrity. You stopped filtering your truth to avoid offending people who were never going to appreciate you anyway, regardless of how much you toned yourself down. You stopped performing a diluted version of yourself that you thought would be more acceptable to the masses. And paradoxically, the moment you stopped trying to please everyone is the moment you became magnetic to the right people who are meant to be part of your destiny. The detox you went through was brutal and painful, but absolutely necessary for what's coming next. You had to release people who were energetically draining you dry. You had to let go of situations that were keeping you stuck in repetitive patterns. You had to walk away from opportunities that looked amazing on paper, but felt completely wrong in your spirit. And every release created sacred space for what's flooding into your life now. New people who actually add value to your journey. New situations that actually align with your authentic purpose. New opportunities that actually honor your worth instead of exploiting your gifts. You're not losing anything real or valuable. You're losing dead weight. You're losing anchors that were holding you underwater. You're losing everything that was preventing you from soaring to heights you were always meant to reach. The people who are making surprising discoveries about you right now aren't surprised because you suddenly changed into someone new. They're surprised because they're finally seeing clearly what was always there, but they were too blind to notice before. You've always been brilliant beyond measure. You've always been wise beyond your years. You've always been capable of extraordinary things that most people only dream about. But you were playing small because you were programmed to believe that confidence was arrogance and that humility meant hiding your gifts from the world. Now you're done with that toxic programming completely. Now you're showing up as you actually are without apology or explanation. And people are genuinely shocked because they thought they had you figured out. They thought they knew your limits. They thought they understood the full scope of your potential, but they didn't know anything real about you. They saw a tiny fraction of who you are and mistook it for the complete picture. Your sleeping patterns are improving dramatically because your consciousness is expanding into higher dimensions. You're having vivid dreams that carry important messages and guidance. You're waking up with sudden clarity about decisions that were confusing you just yesterday. You're receiving downloads of inspiration and creative ideas that arrive fully formed and ready to implement. Your subconscious mind is working overtime, processing everything that's shifting in your reality at lightning speed. And when you wake up each morning, you'll feel noticeably different. Lighter in your energy body, clearer in your mental space, more certain about your path and purpose. Because doubt is systematically leaving your entire system and being replaced by an unshakable knowing that you are exactly where you're meant to be doing, exactly what you're meant to do, at exactly the right time. The passive income streams you've been patiently building are about to transform into rushing rivers of abundance. Money is going to flow to you consistently while you sleep peacefully, while you eat meals with loved ones, while you travel to places you've always dreamed of visiting, while you enjoy life in ways that previously seemed reserved exclusively for other people who you thought were more deserving. The systems and foundations you put in place when resources were extremely tight are about to scale exponentially beyond what you imagined possible. Your visibility is increasing in your industry. Your audience is growing organically. Your value is being recognized on increasingly larger stages. And the financial reward for your relentless consistency is about to make you understand why you had to keep going when quitting would have been so much easier and more comfortable. You're being coddled and cherished by the universe for the first time in a very long time. After years and years of having to be strong for everyone else in your life, you're finally being taken care of with tenderness. Doors are opening smoothly before you even knock on them. People are offering help without you having to ask or beg. Resources are appearing in your life exactly when you need them most. This isn't luck or coincidence or good timing. This is divine favor manifesting tangibly. This is God saying you carried enough weight for other people. Let me carry you for a while and restore your weary soul. And your only job in this season is to surrender completely to being supported and nurtured. Stop fighting against ease. Stop forcing outcomes through excessive effort. Stop trying to control every tiny detail. Let the universe baby you without guilt. Let life be easy for once. Let yourself receive abundantly without the voice of unworthiness sabotaging your blessings. Your life is rapidly becoming the example that others point to when they need hope in dark moments. Not because you'll be perfect or have all the answers, but because you'll be undeniable proof of what's possible. Proof that the universe rewards faithfulness over talent. Proof that consistent hard work in the right direction eventually pays off abundantly. Proof that chosen ones don't stay down permanently. Proof that what's truly meant for you will find you no matter how many obstacles appear in the way. And your willingness to share your journey vulnerably without pretense will create a bridge for countless others to cross from their own self-imposed limitation into their own God-given abundance and purpose. The causes and missions that matter deeply to your heart are about to receive significant support through your increasing success. Your abundance won't just transform your personal life circumstances, it will ripple outward and change lives you'll never personally meet. Because chosen ones don't get blessed exclusively for themselves, they get blessed specifically to become a blessing to others who are still struggling. You're about to have resources to help people in the exact ways you wish someone had helped you. You're about to create opportunities for others in the ways you desperately wish opportunities had been created for you. You're about to be the answer to prayers you'll never hear spoken out loud. And that profound responsibility is exactly why you had to go through everything you went through. Because you genuinely can't help people climb out of pits you've never personally been in yourself. Your online presence and digital footprint is about to become a legitimate case study in authentic influence done right. The content you create will attract your ideal audience like a powerful magnet, not because you're using sneaky manipulation tactics or gaming the algorithm, but because you're offering genuine value rooted in real transformation and hard-won wisdom. People can immediately sense when someone is performing for likes and faking it. They can feel when someone is using them as stepping stones to personal gain, but they can also instantly recognize when someone has a genuine heart and sincere desire to help without hidden agendas. And your pure heart combined with your hard-earned wisdom is about to make you completely undeniable in your chosen field. You're not just about to make some money, you're about to become a living, breathing money magnet. There's a significant difference. Making money implies effort and limitation and struggle. Being a money magnet means abundance flows to you naturally and consistently in ways that often surprise you. The deep inner work you did healing your wounded relationship with receiving is paying massive dividends now. You can accept compliments without deflecting them back. You can receive gifts without immediately trying to give something back to even the score. You can acknowledge your worth out loud without feeling like you're being arrogant. And that fundamental shift in your internal money story is about to manifest as external financial freedom that will shock even you when you see the numbers. Every single step you took counts toward your destination. Every lesson you learned matters in the bigger picture. Every moment of growth was building toward this beautiful culmination where everything comes together in perfect harmony. Your painful past wasn't your punishment from an angry God. It was your preparation from a loving one. You weren't being broken down to destroy you, you were being broken open to expand you. You weren't being destroyed by your trials, you were being refined for greatness. And now you're standing firmly on the other side of transformation, looking at people who thought they knew you, except they didn't know you at all. They knew the version of you that was learning how to survive. They're about to meet the version of you that knows how to thrive. The blueprint for your success isn't something you need to search for externally, it's something you need to remember internally. Deep in your soul, you've always known you were meant for more than mediocrity. You've always felt the pull towards something greater than what you could see. You've always had a knowing that your life was supposed to matter and make a difference. All the conditioning that told you to be realistic and lower your expectations and settle for less, that was never your truth speaking. That was interference and noise, static deliberately blocking the clear signal. But the signal is coming through crystal clear now without distortion. You're not learning how to be successful, you're remembering how to be yourself. And yourself at full capacity, operating without limitation, is completely unstoppable. The revelation you're receiving right now is that you never needed fixing in the first place. You just needed permission to be everything you already were underneath the masks. The chosen ones don't need to become something they're not. They need to stop pretending to be something they're not. And the moment you drop the heavy mask and show up as you actually are, is the moment the world recognizes and celebrates what's been there all along waiting to be seen. You're not special because you're trying desperately to be special. You're special because you finally accepted that you already are. And that radical acceptance is the final key that unlocks absolutely everything you've been working toward. The money is coming in increasing amounts, the recognition is coming from unexpected sources, the success is coming faster than you thought possible, but more importantly than any of that, you are coming into your full power, into your authentic purpose, into the abundant life that's been patiently waiting for you to finally claim it as your birthright. The rude awakening you're experiencing is that you never needed awakening at all. You just needed to stop letting other people tell you who you were when you knew better all along in your heart. Welcome to your empire, chosen one. The throne was always yours from the beginning. You just had to be willing to sit in it without apology. The people around you can watch, they can talk, they can doubt. None of it matters anymore. You know who you are. You know where you're going. You know that what's yours is already yours. The universe confirmed it, the divine ordained it, your destiny demanded it, and nothing and no one can stop what's been set in unstoppable motion. This is your time, this is your season, this is your moment. And just like I told you in the beginning, it's all about you. Everything is about you. The jealous ones were right to be afraid, because the version of you they could control just died, and the version being born is unstoppable. Welcome home, chosen one. You finally remembered who you are.